Hello everyone, welcome back to Jordan's MMA Corner. Today we're going to be talking about what my thoughts were over the UFC 294 fight. It was a really cool event. It was just a little bit weird. Just a whole bunch of things happened throughout the entire event and it made I don't know, it was just weird. There was just something weird going on. I don't know if it was because I woke up early to watch the fight. I woke up at 7 because it happened in Abu Dhabi, so I had to wake up earlier here. Happened in the morning instead of at night. So that was one little weird thing. The doctor stoppages that made no sense sometimes, and then him trying to gaslight just weird. The doctor was weird. But overall, it was good. I had fun. People were comparing it to this one. I think it was 291. And I looked back at the card and I was like, oh, wow, yeah, that was a boring card. I wanted to that they said in the comments 291, but I have no idea. I'm not very sure. The point is they compared it to a past UFC event that was pretty boring from when I recalled watching it. And I would say that it was, I guess, like that. But Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski, I mean, come on. It can't get much better than that. What a beautiful head kick. Let's start talking about UFC 294. We're starting off with Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski, number 2. It was great. Good job, Islam. That was a beautiful fucking kick. Now, of course, we do have to take into consideration that Alexander Volkanovski did come in on 10 days short notice. Not to make it an excuse, just something that we have to put in the situation. I think that it would have been better, of course, if Alexander Volkanovski waited it a little bit more. Like, if he were to have a 10-day short notice fight against somebody else, it would have made more sense. But right now, like that 10-day short notice going against a guy like Islam Makhachev is something you don't do at all. Be who you be. I know you're the number 1 pound for pound champion, but remember, this is another one that's in the same level as you. It's not like, oh, I'm better, so I'm going to win. No, that guy's like right there with you. You don't do 10-day short notices against a guy like Islam Makhachev. Of course, it's a high risk, high reward. If you were to make it happen, you were going to shock the entire world. Going up 10-day short notice from featherweight to lightweight against a guy like Islam Makhachev and you win? Like, come on, bro. You're that guy. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Now, where do I see Alexander Volkanovski in this whole situation? I see him back at featherweight, still being the number 1 champion in featherweight division. If he makes that jump back to lightweight again, he'll have to face another big opponent, Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, one of the top 5 ranked opponents in the lightweight division, I would say. I think Alexander Volkanovski should take it a little bit slower. I think that this event right here was something that kind of, I wouldn't say humbled, because humbled, it feels like it's almost a punishment for being at such a high level and believing in yourself at such a high level. I don't think it's humbleness. I think that he just got tested. I don't think it was humbled at all. Because humbled, it means that you were acting in some sort of way. At least I think so. That you're acting in some sort of way and you're acting out, and then all of a sudden something happens to you that kind of puts you back. No, I don't think it's like that. I think he is very humble, but he also believes in himself at such a high level. So he wanted to test himself and see exactly if he can pull this off. Fortunately, it didn't happen. But I think that he should wait. I think he should wait and not really give up on being a 2-belt champ. I think he can do it. But this one just had all the odds against him. Not to make an excuse, that's literally just how it is. 10-day short notice fight, man. Anything could happen. It was kind of expected. It was expected to happen against a guy like Islam Makhachev, but if he were to pull it off, it would have been something. I don't even know what the word would be. Phenomenal. I think that word fits in pretty nicely. So after 294, Alexander Volkanovski should stay at featherweight, and he's going to have a fight lined up for him. I'm hoping that it is Ilia Topuria, and Ilia Topuria doesn't fight against Max Holloway. I want to see Ilia go straight for Alexander Volkanovski, because their levels, bro, Ilia's on a different level too. I'm a huge fan of Ilia Topuria. Clean, high level, and technical. I think Ilia Topuria might have what it takes to either beat or give Alexander Volkanovski a good fight. For Islam Makhachev, who is he going to be fighting next? I think he should fight Justin Gaethje next, because I thought that's how it went, right? They said that the winner of the BMF belt between Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier the second time was going to face the champion next, that they were next in line. Now, I know that they're trying to say that he should fight Charles instead, because Charles was supposed to fight Islam Makhachev, But at the same time, like, he got that cut over his eye, man. That was the opportunity right there to get another shot at the title. I know it sounds a little bit unfair, but at the same time, it does sound fair. You missed the opportunity. That opportunity went for somebody else. You can still get it back, but I think you might have to fight somebody else. They're saying that they should put Justin Gaethje and Charles Oliveira to fight together once again, and then the one who wins out of those two is going to fight Islam Makhachev next. That could work too, I think, but I kind of just want to see Justin Gaethje get another shot at the title. I think this is going to be his last shot at the title, so might as well just do it now. Justin versus Charles would be very interesting. I'd be very, very excited for that fight if it were to happen. So if it does happen, I'm not going to be complaining. It is what it is. But Justin Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev, I just want to see Islam start. You know, why we're doing, I don't want to do more rematches between people. I want to see the lightweight rankings flow. I want to see people fight each other. I want to see Islam hasn't fought against any of the ranked opponents besides Charles Oliveira. He still needs Michael Chandler. He still needs Justin Gaethje. He still needs Dustin Poirier. He still needs Gamrot, Fiziev. He needs all of these ranked opponents in the lightweight division. And I think if the more opponents that you feed Islam Makhachev, like, could you imagine if Islam, and I think he can, could you imagine if Islam ranks or laps the entire ranking? Like, knowing Islam and the camp that he's gone through, it's not crazy to believe that Islam has what it takes to lap the whole division. The grappling is superior. The striking looks great. The adjustments, the speed, the IQ, everything is there in this fighter. And I think that he has what it takes to really lap the entire division if they were to give him each single person of that division. And I want to see it happen. I want to see all of those fights. Remember, the lightweight division is one of the best divisions in the UFC. It's one of my personal favorites. Some of my favorite fighters are on that division. Now for the co-main event, Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev. I think that it went the way we would have expected it a little bit. We all said that Khamzat was going to be wrestling fast, putting the pressure on him. I thought that exact thing, but then he was going to slow down, and that's exactly what happened. One thing that I've noticed with Khamzat Chimaev is that he goes all in that first round, but then because he does that and tries to finish it in that first round, because he does that in the second and third round, he starts slowing down a little bit. And we start seeing Kamaru getting out of stuff. We start seeing Kamaru getting some pieces in there. But Kamaru didn't look bad. I know he took this on a 10-day short notice as well, but he didn't look bad at all. Okay, the first round, that's the most I've seen Kamaru ever get dominated. And I know that he wasn't taking damage that first round, but he was getting controlled. I mean, he was on the ground for the majority, if not the entire round. And there was many times where I thought that he was going to get submitted, and then he got out, and then again, and then he got out, and then again. And I was like, oh my gosh. I would say, though, this was a 3-round fight. I would say that Kamaru Usman is used to the 5-round fight as champion. I don't think he's had a 3-round fight in very, very, very long. If it were a 5-round fight, I think Kamaru would have won. If it were a 4-round fight, I think Kamaru probably could have finished it in the 4th round. We started seeing more success towards the end of the fight. And again, against all odds, he did very, very good. I wouldn't say he's washed out at all. This was a new division against a very young, powerful, and strong and fast opponent like Khamzat. I don't think Kamaru did bad, but it was crazy. They did 10-8 him. I think all 3 judges gave him a 10-8 on that first round. No one's ever done that to Kamaru Usman. Johnny Walker versus Magomed Ankalaev. Now that was some complete bullshit. I have no idea why they stopped that fight. Whoever that doctor is, I heard Dana say that he was unexperienced, and I'm like, why would you have an unexperienced doctor in such a big event like this? This is UFC 294. Like, why would an unexperienced doctor be? Don't have him in a place where you need to have experience as a UFC doctor. You need to have that training. Because, bro, first he tells, what's his name? Was it Henry? Henry that he didn't get kicked in the balls, even though he's saying that he did. And he's on the ground. He's freaking yelling that it hurts. And he says, you didn't get kicked in the balls. So, I didn't? Like, no, he's telling you that he got kicked in the balls. Now, that's a little bit of a controversial fight right there. Basharat and his brother both are saying that he didn't kick him in the balls, that he just tried to play it off, that wasn't there to fight, and that he saw the way out and he took it. I don't know if that's true or not. I would say that it kind of grazed. I don't think it made that full impact, but I think it did get close to there. I think it did get close. What we can't say is that it was a close shot to a low blow. But yeah, the doctor situation with Magomed and Johnny Walker, I don't know what to think of that. And then they wanted to fight afterwards. I was like, what the heck is going on here? You guys want to fight? Like, you guys are seeing they want to fight. Yes, he might have a concussion. I know, I get it. But even so, he might have a concussion after the fight. I've seen fighters get completely knocked out in the UFC and then they come back in the middle of the fight to fight. Actually, no, Johnny Walker. I just saw a clip of him yesterday and it was like Johnny Walker gets knocked out mid-fight, then gets up, then gets knocked out again, then gets up and then knocked out again. Like, yes, I know it ended worse because the fight could have been stopped in that clip, but like, you just saw both of these fighters going into the octagon and they both looked good to fight. So why are you not letting them fight? That was my rant on the Johnny Walker and Magomed Ankalaev situation. That was pretty stupid. Get that doctor out of there. On to the next interesting thing that happened. Some fan tried to fight Paulo Acosta in the audience. Paulo Acosta was supposed to fight in this card, but he had a staph infection. I was going to say skim, or I don't know. He had a staph infection on his elbow, so he couldn't fight. So instead, this fan wanted to go in and try to fight against Paulo Acosta in the audience, which I found very, very weird. I saw the clip on Twitter, and the guy's like flying over the barricades to try to get to him. Fortunately, the security stopped him, and they didn't let him get in. But that could have been more interesting for sure. I'm glad that it didn't. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Makhachev. Let's talk about Muhammad Makhachev. Muhammad Makhachev has caught my attention since the first time I saw him fight. And that was in that one reaction video that I did where he got caught in that, like, I don't even know what kind of submission it was, but his knee was about to pop out of socket. It for sure probably tore many tendons on that leg. So ever since I saw him survive that and then win the fight, Muhammad Makhachev has always been a fighter that sticks out to me in my mind. And this fight, Muhammad almost gets submitted 3 times and then he goes back to submit the dude. Like, what the fuck? Muhammad Makhachev, very, very good. I did not like that he was, using the rules and and then putting his hands down. Like, bro, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to see that. You have your hands down in that position, and if you look like a table, I want to see you. Dude, don't put yourself in that position. In all reality, you should be getting knee to the face. I don't know. I did not like that when they start abusing that rule, like Aljamain Sterling. I don't like that at all because there's just such an opening. You see the opening as a fan. You're like, that knee should be going right there. But I don't know. Rules are rules. The referee did warn them about throwing knees from that position. I wish there could be knees. But yeah, Muhammad Makhachev, I know, is not going to change anything. But as a fan, I don't like it. I don't want to see it. UFC, I don't want to see fighters making that position just so they can stay safe from eating a knee. But Muhammad Makhachev calls out Kai Kara-France. That's an interesting fight. I want to see that happen. I don't know when, but as soon as possible, please. I want to see Kai Kara-France versus Muhammad Makhachev. Jubli? He got scared, man. He froze. They were having a great striking competition. And then Mike Breeden started barking at Jubli in the 3rd round. And that really got to his head. He went, what? Bah, 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 starts barking at him. And Anshul, like, even his face went like, oh shit, what's going on here? Oh my God, where am I? What am I doing? Oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm in danger. What do I do? And he froze and he did not know what to do. That was a crazy moment in that entire event. He's a dog, man. He said in the post-fight interview, I'm a dog. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm in here to do. I'm already one of the best fighters in the entire world. And I had to prove it to you guys. And he did. That was a cool performance. Mike Breeden had a cut over his eyebrow that had stitches and it opened up. And you can see like the skin dangling from the top of it. It looked disgusting. But he still managed to pull off that win. Had a knockout finish. Mike Breeden for the books. I'm remembering your name now. Mike Breeden. I thought it was a very fun event. I'm a huge fan of the UFC, so of course there's a UFC fight. I'm gonna be watching it. I enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. It was very weird. It was very fast paced when it came to like the scheduling and putting the fight together last minute. But I'm glad that it all worked out. Alexander Volkanovski, I wish you the best in the featherweight division. I hope that you come back one day to the lightweight division and challenge again. But yeah, don't get demotivated. You still got it. For people that are saying that Alexander Volkanovski is towards his end, you are far from the truth. That is far from the truth. I think Alexander Volkanovski is still one of the best fighters in the entire world. And he's going to be showing it. Islam Makhachev, I'm looking forward to see what you do and who you fight next. Very impressed with what I saw. That was a beautiful high kick. I'm excited. I'm excited to be a UFC fan because I know that there's more coming afterwards. If you guys happen to enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. There's a lot more that we need to talk about in the UFC. I mean, there always is. So I'll be seeing you guys more frequently on here on this channel, talking about whatever there is going on in the UFC and whatever is going on in my mind. In that special portion of my mind that's dedicated to thinking about just UFC. Other than that, let me know what you guys thought about the event. Let me know what you guys think about this video. More to talk about. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.